Landman is a show with plenty of scenes of steamy passion, but what about the real-life relationships of its biggest stars? Billy Bob Thornton, who plays M-Tex Oil's president Tommy Norris on Landman, has been married 6 times, most famously to Angelina Jolie. And he nearly made it a 7th, having been engaged to actress Laura Dern, too. But could he finally have found the one? After all, he's been happily wed to makeup and special effects artist Connie England since 2014, making it by far his longest marriage. The pair have actually known each other for much longer, too, having first been introduced while filming Bad Santa way back in 2003.
She kind of drugged me out of the gutter, which was awesome.
However, Thornton appeared to take some convincing to tie the knot again. He told Maxim in 2008, "I told Connie I didn't want to put her through that. We do fine. We've been together for 4 years now. We have a child together. If we get married, then the press will start calling her number 6. 7 years later, though, the star admitted that he and England finally decided to put a ring on it in a private ceremony for the sake of their daughter.
We did it for her, really.
Larter jumped in with both feet when she first got together with Hayes MacArthur on the set of the comedy National Lampoon's Homo Erectus in 2005. Larter, who portrays Tommy's ex-wife Angela Norris on the series, once told Cosmopolitan that she was willing to get married to him just 3 weeks into their relationship. In the end, the pair waited until 2007 to get engaged and then another 2 years to make it down the aisle. They've since welcomed 2 children into the world and have spent the last few years building their ideal home in Sun Valley, Idaho. Larter told Rue magazine, "We fell in love with the beauty of the mountains and their quiet grandness. Neither of us had ever lived in a small town before. People look out for each other. There's a real sense of community here, and we're so happy to be a part of it."
I get it. We totally pivoted and went for it.
2015 was quite a pivotal year for Jon Hamm, who portrayed Monty Miller in Season 1 of Landman. Not only did he play the role of Don Draper in Mad Men, but he also split with his partner of 18 years, Jennifer Westfeldt, and met his future wife, too. Hamm was first introduced to Anna Osceola while shooting the final episode of the hit AMC drama, but it wasn't until 2020 that the couple went official with their romance. 2 years later, Hamm told The Howard Stern Show that he was ready to get married once again. Hamm told Stern, "It's only been in the last couple of years of me kind of sitting down and really thinking about all that stuff that's made the relationship that I'm in now is even more meaningful and opened up the possibility of being married, having kids, defining a new version of happiness, life, wellness."
It sounds hokey and whatever, but it's real.
In the summer of 2023, he and Osceola said "I do" at a ceremony at Big Sur's Anderson Canyon.
Think they hired me because I'm pretty? I charge $900 an hour, you asshole, and you're real close to learning why.
Kayla Wallace, who plays M-Tech Oil's in-house counsel Rebecca Falcone, first connected with future husband Kevin McGarry on another Western, When Calls the Heart. While speaking to Entertainment Tonight in 2024, McGarry revealed that music helped bring him and Wallace together. He said,
"We always play, we'll play music together. That's how it all started, actually. We, collaborated.
Wow. It's not known whether McGarry showcased his singing chops at the ceremony, but we do know that the couple did tie the knot in 2024. Demi Moore may now be single and at least able to mingle, but the Oscar nominee who plays Monty's widow, Cammie Miller, has a pretty dramatic relationship history. In 1980, Moore got hitched to vocalist Freddie Moore. However, she later revealed in her tell-all memoir that the marriage was effectively a coping mechanism to deal with the recent death of her father. Following their 1983 separation, the actor had romances with Timothy Hutton and John Cryer. She then got engaged to her St. Elmo's Fire co-star Emilio Estevez before a high-profile paternity suit ended their impending nuptials. Moore said "I do" for a second time in 1987 with Bruce Willis as the lucky groom. The pair went on to have 3 kids before splitting amicably in 1998. The Ghost star then sent the tabloids into overdrive by dating and eventually marrying the much younger Ashton Kutcher. After 8 years, the unlikely couple divorced in 2013. On the Jess Cagle Show in 2020, Moore insisted she's now much happier flying solo. She said,
"It's a process of learning to love yourself, accepting who you are just as you are."
Michelle Randolph, who plays Ainsley Norris in Landman, was seen kissing actor Glenn Powell at a party for the racing film F1 in 2025. Soon after, Randolph was seen in the studio audience when Powell hosted Saturday Night Live. The pair were then spotted enjoying a spot of line dancing at a Texas establishment. Randolph and Powell continued to feed the tabloids when they went out for dinner at a Miami steakhouse. The man of the moment had previously told CBS Mornings that it would take a special person to be willing to embrace the chaos of his world. He said, so to bring someone into that and to make them feel comfortable, make them feel seen, to make them feel loved when a lot of the elements around that can really eat at someone's self-confidence or worth or any of that stuff, I'm not willing to have somebody sign up for that if they're not ready for it. When it comes to couple goals among the Landman cast, Andy Garcia and his wife of nearly 50 years are setting the standard. The Hollywood veteran who plays financial investor Demi Moore has been married to Meraz Garcia since 1982, and he can still remember the moment they first met. Garcia told People, "It was a thunderbolt. We were very young, but she swept me off my feet. Some people know each other a while, and there's a friendship first, but when we met that night, it was very clear that this was the woman of my life."
Yeah, we're committed to one another. I love that lady. She's the love of my life.
In fact, Garcia was so bowled over that he proposed that very same evening. Although Meraz accepted the instant proposal, it took 7 years for the couple to make it down the aisle.
God damn it, Dale. How many times am I going to have to tell you to pour the beans in a bowl?
James Jordan seems more than happy to share aspects of his private life on Instagram. In fact, the actor who portrays petroleum engineer Dale Bradley on Landman can't seem to stop posting loved-up photos with longtime partner Deborah Schrey. It was little surprise then when Jordan also took to Instagram to immediately share some life-changing news in September of 2025. Shortly after popping the question, Jordan informed followers that Schrey had said yes. Alongside a beaming photo of the soon-to-be newlyweds, Jordan also thanked the venue for helping to keep the proposal a surprise and for the accompanying meal, writing, "We are so happy." Mustafa Speaks, who plays Cooper's second lead oil crewman Theodore Ramon, has been happily married to Lethal Weapon star Michelle Michinor since 2018. And he admits that asking for her hand in marriage was the hardest role he's ever committed to. In an interview with People, Speaks recalled how he'd planned to pop the question following a special screening of Tales Trap Queens, a BET movie Michinor appeared in. But to make things more of a surprise, he engineered a fake argument the evening beforehand. Unfortunately, he was so convincing that the relationship nearly came to an end. He confessed, "It was so bad I wasn't sure she'd want to see me again." Luckily, Speaks' risky master plan paid off in the end, and the pair went on to enjoy a small-scale Los Angeles wedding. Hollywood veterans Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross first met while filming Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid way back in 1969. But they didn't get together until they reconnected on The Legacy nearly a decade later, eventually making it down the aisle in 1984, and they're still going strong. Elliott, who plays Tommy's dad T.L. Norris in Landman, revealed the secret to their success in a 2017 chat with NPR. He said, "I think really what it boils down to is we love each other and we work at it. And I think more importantly than anything, it takes wanting to be married. The two things that I wanted in my life were to have a movie career and to be married, to have a family. And it's an embarrassment of riches that I've got both." The couple haven't been afraid to mix business with pleasure either. Sharing the screen on numerous films, Elliott explained to the Los Angeles Times, "I think we just like making movies and having that creative experience together is the best. It's just fun. It's a whole different kind of energy to go home with someone you're working with rather than go home to somebody who isn't working."
Wondering all I got left.
Colm Feore, who plays MTech's oil attorney Nathan in Landman, appears to have used his theatrical training grounds as pickup joints.
We need an office.
On that, you and I are in complete agreement.
He met his first wife at the National Theatre School, and then while working on a production of Julius Caesar at the Stratford Festival in 1990, he was introduced to his second. Donna Starnes, a dancer who'd later become the same festival's director, instantly caught his attention. Feore later told Nouveau magazine, "I rather liked her on sight. I spent the whole first rehearsal flirting with her." Starnes, however, saw things slightly differently. She claimed in the same interview, "Not flirting, staring. I asked, 'Who's that creepy guy staring at me?' and they told me he was one of the stars of the company." Although Starnes eventually succumbed to Fiore's charms, there was another hitch. Both parties were already married. However, they proved to be in it for the long haul and went on to have 2 children together. In 2024, they celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. Forget Team Edward versus Team Jacob. For many fans of the phenomenon that was Twilight, the true hunk of the franchise was Werewolf Paul, aka Indigenous Mexican-American actor Alex Meraz. Unfortunately, for those who pinned his poster on their walls, the star was already married at the time. In fact, it was his wife, Kim Meraz, whom he married in 2007, who encouraged Alex to audition for the young adult series. Alex's friend and mentor, actor Raul Trujillo, told Buddy TV, his wife is the one who has read all of those books, and she's the one who said, look, you have got to get into this. This is perfect for you. You're the one. Alex, who plays the Midland drug gang's Lieutenant Jimenez in Landman, has not only gained some invaluable career advice from his wife, but she is also the mother of their 2 children.